Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm going to be talking to you today about the pros and cons of becoming an organ donor and how you could go about becoming an organ donor in your area and how to find out the best way to do that in your area. How do you feel when you have to wait for something that you really want? I know that it can be difficult, and what if it was something that you could not live without? I had a cousin when he was 5 years old. He needed a kidney transplant. He was put on an organ donor list right away, and within a 6-month time period, he was called twice for an organ, that organs had been available. But the 2 times that he was called, the organ donors were not a match. The kidneys could not match his kidney. So the 3rd time that he did get a call, they were able to, it was a match, and it came from a small adult that was in a car accident who was an organ donor and the organ matched. So this turned out really well for my 5-year-old cousin. He's been well ever since the transplant, but that was just one example of having being an organ donor. If that person had not been an organ donor, my cousin could not have had that kidney. What if it was someone that you knew that needed an organ transplant and they needed someone to become an organ donor for them to do so? Today I'd like to talk to you first about the need for organ donors in our area, how you can become an organ donor after you die, and finally how your family and organ donor recipients can benefit from your decision to become an organ donor. It's such an important thing to be able to realize that it's not just you that would need that it could be your family that needs it, but other families as well. Today I'd like to give you some information about the need for organ donors, how to become an organ donor, and who will benefit from your donation, the type of people, the kinds of donations that are made. People around the world, but also right here in Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Tennessee need organ transplants. That's just here in our area. We live in Central Virginia. Those are the surrounding areas that could benefit from our organ donations, or the people we know here that we could get to become organ donors. The problem is the lack of organs and organ donors who make organ transplants possible. There's a great need for organs and tissues such as the heart, lungs, liver, kidney, pancreas, bones, skin, heart valves, and blood vessels. A new name is added to the national waiting list every 16 minutes. That means that 4 people will be added to that list every hour. It is important to know that you have a choice when it comes to organ donors that you will be donating. You don't have to donate all of your organs when you die. You could say, I just want to donate my heart when I die, if it's still working, or if it's able to be transplanted. You could choose 5 out of 20 organs. You can choose however many you want, or which ones that you want. It doesn't have to be just one organ, or it doesn't have to be all of them. You have a choice, and that's really important to remember. There was a poem by Robert Tess entitled "To Remember Me" that shows the importance of organ donation. It says, "Give my sight to the man who's never seen a sunrise, a baby's face, or love in the eyes of a woman. Give my heart to a person whose heart has caused nothing but endless days of pain. Take my bones, every muscle, every fiber, and nerve in my body, and find a way to make a crippled child walk. Take my cells as necessary and let them grow, that someday a speechless boy will shout at the crack of a bat, and a deaf girl will hear the sound of rain against her window." The lack of organ donation is not only national, but right here on the Central East Coast. Like I said before, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia. Nationally, there are over 106,000 people waiting as of April 5th, 2010. From January 2009 to December 2009, there were only 14,000 donors. So you can match that number, 106,000, compared to only the 14,000 that were actually donors. There are several ways that you can go about becoming an organ donor. It's important to talk with your family about your decision. If you talk it over with them and find out how you can do it or what the benefits are, and so that they know that when you die, that they can pass along your wish if you haven't put it in paper already. They will be involved in the donation arrangements when you die. which is important why they should know about your wish to donate. You should ensure that your driver's license indicates your intent to donate. In each state it varies, but most of the time when you go to get your driver's license, they ask if you want to be an organ donor, and they'll put this on your license. So usually on there it shows a little heart and says organ donator if you are an organ donor. They only put that if you request it and you are an organ donor. You have to fill out and sign a card that says you're an organ donor. This donor card indicates which organs you wish to donate, as well as a place for your family to sign as witnesses after you've talked it over with them. The benefits for an organ donor and the recipient. For your family, if you donate your organs, your family and the people who receive the organs may benefit in similar ways. There was a 17-year-old that had died of a head injury in a car accident. His mom decided to donate his organs after he died. His mom made that decision because he was only 17. She had that choice. His heart went to a prison chaplain. His kidney went to a mother of 5 children and a Vietnam vet. The teenage gave life to theirs, and his family feels a sense of satisfaction and comfort that other lives have been touched by his. Not only was his family got gratification from the fact that he was able to save so many other people, but those families were affected as well. There could be consequences. A problem arises when you are thinking about becoming a donor but never do anything about it. At this point, no one knows that you want to become an organ donor, so there's no way they can do anything after you die. If you have not said it and there's no wish that you've expressed before you died, you can't change that. You can't say, I want to become an organ donor. You're dead and you don't have that choice anymore. So it's really important to make sure that you, if you've thought about it at all and you wish to do that, that you go as soon as you can to fill out this card and make sure that you become an organ donor. The consequence of that many people may not be saved or that are waiting for organs, there's still a shortage if there aren't any organ donors. Donating your organs can be one of the most important decisions you will ever make, and also the greatest gift that you could ever give. When you're dead, you're no longer using your organs. So if they're able to be used, you should give them to someone who can live life better and fuller if they have organs that you can no longer use. We've learned today that the need for organ donors is great, especially in this area. We've learned how your family and other families can benefit from your decision to become an organ donor. And we've learned how to become an organ donor. If you have any questions, you can go online and look it up. Go to Google and search for how to become an organ donor. I challenge you to leave here and talk to your family about becoming a donator. Talk to them about how you feel about it, if you like it or not, how they feel about it. I then challenge you to take the step of filling out the donor card and putting it on your driver's license. Share your life, share your decision. That's a national organ donor phrase and saying, and it's really important to talk to your family, and you should do that today. Thank you.